Hey, Mary Kay, Chris here. You're funny. You're talking about the reps these guys took yesterday. No 11-on-11s for Shedeur or Gabriel. I saw a graphic yesterday that had OTA stat tracking. I know training camp tracking is super fun. Everyone's charting all the throws and who picked what. I mean, this person said that Shedeur had 3 touchdowns yesterday. So should I not be paying attention to any of this? Because I love these training camp OTA stats.
Well, actually, Dylan did get 3 reps in 11-on-11s.
Okay.
So all 3 of the quarterbacks, except for Shedeur, did get some work in the all-important 11-on-11s. Now, Shedeur did not get any. I thought that was somewhat significant, but Kevin Stefanski said, hey, don't read anything into this. Maybe he'll get some today. They're out there today. We're not. Maybe next Wednesday when we're out there again, Shedeur will be in 11-on-11s. He probably will be, in part because we made a big deal out of it this week. No, I don't think anything should be read into those numbers. Once again, those Shedeur numbers were all 7-on-7s and mostly with 3rd and 4th team players.
What are the vibes? Because, coming out of the draft, it was like, wow, this is some quarterback room. Like, what are they doing? When you have 4, do you really have 1? That's the age-old, adage about if you 2, you don't have 1. What are the vibes among all these guys and kind of the team from you can tell with this situation?
Well, I do think that it's going to be a lively competition, but I also believe that the Browns are going to have to select a starting quarterback as soon as possible. They have to be ready to win coming out of the gate. And we know that players like Myles Garrett, he wanted to be traded in the offseason because he didn't think the Browns were going to be capable of winning. So I think they need to show their Pro Bowl veterans like Myles Garrett, Joel Bitonio, Jerry Jeudy, all of those guys, David Njoku, that they're serious about winning this season and really not looking to next year to go out there and draft a quarterback with the 2 first-round picks that they have next year. So I do think that that this is going to be very important as they move through the spring and the summer. But I don't think they can be doing this 4-way competition very deep into training camp. I think they need to show up in late July with a pretty good idea of who's going to win the job.
Yeah, you mentioned Myles Garrett. He kind of intimated to our friend Andrew Siciliano that he was kind of told what the plan was going to be at quarterback. Was this the plan, the best that you can tell?
Well, we're not really sure what Myles was told, but I'm guessing that they extolled the virtues of Kenny Pickett because they really believe that there is something great about Kenny and that they can bring that out in him and that he can flourish in this scheme. And then perhaps he was told that Joe Flacco will be coming back, and Myles did a lot of winning in 2023 with Joe Flacco, and it was fun for everyone. So I do think that he probably saw the wisdom in what they were thinking with those 2 guys, and then also that they would have those 2 first-round picks next year where they could go out and try to find a franchise quarterback in the event that they still need one.
Any concern that Myles Garrett skipped the OTAs? I mean, the big sighting with Chloe Kim, the snowboarder, right? I mean, we saw that in Tokyo. He went on Twitter and said, I'm going to buy a place here. But any concern about him not being there?
No, this is just how Myles rolls. He really doesn't feel the need to come to these organized team activities. They aren't the greatest for the linemen anyways. A lot of times it's more so a 7-on-7 oriented passing type of camp. So I don't think they're too worried about him not being here. And it has never hurt him in terms of his production on the field. He won NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2023. So I think this is a non-issue.
You mentioned in your writing that Kevin Stefanski's got some West Coast spins and twists. What do you see coming?
Well, basically, what I meant by that is that the order of operations in terms of how the quarterbacks are stepping up there to take their reps. Joe Flacco went first in first team reps in 11-on-11s on Wednesday. And that was a mild surprise, but I think it's a nod to the fact that he's played here before and the fact that he's got a Super Bowl MVP and he's an 18-year pro. So I think that was a way of saying or showing that kind of respect for Joe Flacco, even though right now Kenny Pickett is for all intents and purposes in the lead in this competition.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.